Have you ever wondered why so many people over 60 start to feel weaker even when they're eating what they think is a healthy diet? They still eat their morning eggs, maybe some chicken for lunch, perhaps a bit of fish for dinner. But somehow their muscles continue to fade away, their energy dips, and they can't understand why. It's frustrating, isn't it? Because for decades, we've been told that eggs are the perfect protein, the gold standard for muscle health. But what if I told you there's a food that quietly outperforms eggs gram for gram? When it comes to keeping your muscles alive, strong, and responsive, that food is lentils, small, humble, overlooked, and yet scientifically one of the most powerful muscle-preserving foods on the planet. You see, eggs may be packed with protein, but they come with something many people over 60 don't realize: diminishing efficiency. As we age, our bodies don't just slow down metabolically, they lose their ability to use the protein we eat effectively. That means even if you're eating enough, your body might not be building with it. Imagine trying to build a house with bricks that crumble as soon as you touch them. That's what happens when your digestion and muscle signaling weaken with age. Lentils change that equation. They're not just rich in protein, they're rich in usable protein with all the essential amino acids your body needs to rebuild tissue. But here's the real advantage: lentils don't just stop at protein. They come with fiber, minerals, and plant compounds that keep your digestion smooth, your blood sugar balanced, and your gut microbiome thriving, all of which directly affect how your muscles absorb and utilize nutrients. When your gut is healthy, your muscles are strong. And here's what most people miss. Eggs contain about 6 grams of protein each, but a single cup of lentils packs nearly triple that, around 18 grams, without cholesterol, without excess saturated fat, and with nutrients that reduce inflammation instead of feeding it. Inflammation is the silent enemy of muscle health. It tells your body to break down tissue, not build it. Lentils, on the other hand, that internal storm. They provide slow, steady fuel that keeps your blood vessels clear and your cells nourished, allowing your muscles to stay active, elastic, and ready for use. You don't have to stop eating eggs. They're still a great food. But what I want you to understand is that variety and quality matter far more than old nutrition slogans. The human body thrives on diversity, especially as we age. The more types of natural, nutrient-dense proteins we include, the better our muscles adapt and regenerate. Lentils bring something eggs can't. They rebuild not only your muscles, but also your foundation, your gut, your immune system, and your energy metabolism. So when you're thinking about what to eat for strength after 60, don't just ask, how much protein does it have? Ask, how much of this protein can my body actually use? Because that's the difference between surviving and thriving. Lentils don't just give you numbers on a label. They give your body the tools it needs to stay strong naturally for life. Why do we start losing muscles so quickly after the age of 60? It's a question I hear all the time, and the answer is both simple and profound. Your body isn't breaking down because it wants to. It's because it's not getting the right signal to stay strong. You see, muscle isn't just a part of your body, it's a living organ that constantly listens to what you eat, how you move, and even how you think. After 60, the body becomes less responsive to those signals. It's like turning up the radio, but the antenna isn't picking up the sound anymore. This process is called anabolic resistance. It means your muscles don't respond to protein the same way they did when you were 30. You could be eating the same foods, even the same amount of protein, but your body doesn't get the message to rebuild. Instead, it starts to break down muscle tissue faster than it repairs it. That's why so many people notice that their arms and legs start to feel weaker, that they lose balance more easily, or that climbing stairs suddenly feels like a workout. It's not just getting older. It's your body trying to run on old instructions that no longer work. But here's the hope. You can retrain those signals. You can reawaken your body's ability to build and protect muscle naturally without relying on supplements or extreme diets. It starts with 2 things: smarter protein and smarter movement. Smarter protein means giving your body not just more protein, but better quality protein, foods rich in essential amino acids that your muscles recognize and respond to. Lentils are one of those foods. They provide a steady plant-based source of amino acids that stimulate muscle protein synthesis without overloading your body with fats or toxins that slow it down. Smarter movement means doing something simple but consistent. You don't need to lift heavy weights or run marathons. Even light resistance exercises, like lifting a water bottle, using resistance bands, standing up from a chair a few extra times, can reactivate your body's muscle building response. When you move, you send a powerful message to your cells: these muscles are needed. And when you follow that movement with the right kind of protein, your body listens. Think of it like this: food is the raw material, but movement is the builder. One without the other doesn't work. After 60, you need both working together to maintain strength and independence. Because losing muscle isn't inevitable, it's preventable. And the moment you start feeding your body the right fuel and giving it the right signals, it begins to rebuild, repair, and renew, no matter your age. Did you know that your daily protein intake could actually influence how long and how well? Most people think protein is just for building muscle, but the truth goes much deeper. Protein is the raw material your body uses to repair every cell, every enzyme, every tissue. And when you hit 60, the connection between protein and longevity becomes even more critical. Studies show that people who consistently get enough high-quality protein have stronger bones, sharper minds, better balance, and even lower risks of chronic diseases like diabetes and heart failure. Why? Because protein doesn't just build muscle, it protects function. It keeps your body capable, adaptable, and resilient. It's like an internal insurance policy for aging well. When your protein intake drops, or when your body can't efficiently use the protein you're eating, everything starts to decline. Your metabolism slows, your energy dips, your immune system weakens, and even your posture changes. But here's the good news: boosting your protein intake with the right kind of foods can literally slow biological aging. Lentils, for example, don't just offer more protein than eggs per cup, they also come packed with phytonutrients that support cell repair and reduce oxidative stress. Think of oxidative stress as the rust that builds up inside your body over time. Lentils help clean that out while giving your muscles the amino acids they need to stay firm and functional. There's another reason this matters for longevity. Your muscles aren't just for movement, they're a metabolic powerhouse. Strong muscles regulate blood sugar, maintain healthy hormone balance, and prevent fat from building up around your organs. In short, muscle isn't just about looking fit, it's about staying alive, alert, and independent. That's why I tell people over 60, protein is your most powerful anti-aging tool, but not from powders or overly processed shakes. From real whole foods like lentils, beans, quinoa, and leafy greens. When you nourish your body this way, you're not just preventing weakness, you're extending your health span, the number of years you live with full energy and capability. In his book, The Blue Zone's Kitchen, Dan Buettner highlights that some of the longest living people on Earth, those who regularly reach 90 and beyond, get most of their protein from plant-based sources. They don't eat massive steaks or rely on protein bars. They eat natural, earthy foods that are rich in both protein and fiber. And guess what? They move daily. They walk, garden, climb hills, live life fully, and their bodies stay strong enough to support them. So when we talk about protein and longevity, remember, it's not just about building muscle. It's about maintaining your freedom. Every bite of protein-rich whole food is an investment in your future self, the one who still walks confidently, stands tall, and lives vibrantly year after year. Amino acids, those tiny building blocks inside protein, are like messages sent straight to your muscles, telling them whether to grow, repair, or break down. When you're young, your body receives those messages loud and clear. But after 60, that signal starts to fade. Your muscles don't respond as quickly. They need a stronger, more specific message to stay alive. That message comes from the right mix of amino acids. Think of your muscles like a construction site. You can have all the workers in the world, but if you don't deliver the right materials, nothing gets built. Amino acids are those materials, and not all proteins deliver them equally. Animal proteins like eggs and meat have their benefits. They often come bundled with fats and compounds that can increase inflammation over time. Lentils, on the other hand, deliver amino acids in a cleaner, more balanced form without the baggage. The most important of these amino acids for aging muscles is leucine. It's like the spark that turns on the muscle building engine. When your meal contains enough leucine, your muscles get the message, time to grow. Lentils, along with other legumes and plant-based proteins, provide this spark naturally. They may not have as much leucine per bite as meat. They contain it in a form your body can use efficiently, especially when paired with other plant foods like rice, quinoa, or nuts. Together, they form a complete protein, one that fuels your body's renewal process from the inside out. This is the secret behind why people in plant-forward cultures often stay stronger longer. Their diets are rich in diverse amino acid sources, grains, beans, seeds, and vegetables, all working together to support muscle repair. Their meals aren't heavy or processed, yet their bodies remain active and capable well into their 80s and 90s. Amino acids don't just support muscles, they also stabilize your hormones, protect your brain, and enhance recovery after activity. That's why older adults who focus on these natural, amino acid-rich foods not only move better but feel better, mentally sharper, emotionally steadier, physically lighter. When you give your body these nutrients, you're not just feeding muscle, you're feeding vitality. You're giving your cells what they need to stay youthful and alert. Because here's the truth, aging doesn't destroy your muscles, deficiency does. The moment you start nourishing your body with the right amino acid balance, it remembers exactly what to do. It rebuilds, it strengthens, it wakes up. So every meal becomes a choice. Are you feeding decline or are you feeding renewal? The amino acids in foods like lentils, beans, and grains might seem simple, but they hold extraordinary power. The power to keep you standing tall, moving freely, and living fully, no matter your age. Here's something most people overlook. It's not just about how much protein you eat. It's about how well your body can absorb and use it. You could be eating the best foods in the world, but if your gut isn't healthy, your muscles never get the full benefit. And this is where lentils stand apart from almost every other protein source. They don't just build muscle, they build a stronger gut, the foundation of your entire body's health. Your gut is home to trillions of bacteria, often called your microbiome. These tiny organisms decide how efficiently you digest food, absorb nutrients, and even manage inflammation. After 60, your gut lining naturally becomes more delicate, and your microbiome can fall out of balance, especially if you've relied on processed foods or heavy animal proteins for decades. When that happens, even good protein goes to waste because your body can't extract what it needs. Lentils fix that from the ground up. Their rich fiber content, both soluble and insoluble, feeds your gut bacteria the food they love, prebiotics. When those bacteria are nourished, they thrive, creating short-chain fatty acids that reduce inflammation, heal the gut lining, and improve nutrient absorption. This means that the protein and amino acids in lentils don't just pass through your system, they're fully absorbed and used to repair muscle, strengthen bones, and restore vitality. Contrast that with many high-protein animal foods, which can strain digestion, cause bloating, or trigger inflammation. Lentils are light, alkaline, and anti-inflammatory. They digest cleanly, giving you energy without that heavy, sluggish feeling that often follows meat-heavy meals. And the bonus, they stabilize your blood sugar, keeping your energy levels steady throughout the day. No mid-afternoon crashes, no sudden hunger spikes. Gut health and muscle health are deeply connected. Fed gut reduces the kind of chronic inflammation that breaks down muscle tissue over time. It also boosts immune strength, hormone balance, and even mental clarity, all essential for staying active and confident as you age. In the book, The Good Gut, authors Justin and Erica Sonnenberg explain how feeding your microbiome the right fibers can dramatically improve your metabolism and reduce age-related decline. Lentils do exactly that. They aren't just food for you, they're food for the microscopic ecosystem that keeps you alive and thriving. So when you eat lentils, you're doing more than getting protein. You're creating a ripple effect of healing from your gut outward. Stronger digestion means better nutrition. Better nutrition means stronger muscles. Stronger muscles mean a stronger, more capable you. It all begins in your gut, the quiet powerhouse that decides how youthful, energized, and resilient your body will be in the years ahead. For decades, we've been told that the best way to build or maintain muscle is to eat more meat, more eggs, more dairy. But what if I told you that relying only on those foods could actually work against your health after 60? It's not that animal protein is bad, it's that depending on it exclusively can throw your body off balance in ways that silently accelerate aging. Here's the thing, animal proteins often come with baggage, saturated fat, cholesterol, and compounds that increase inflammation in your cells over time. That inflammation might not show up immediately, but it slowly affects how your body processes nutrients, repairs tissue, and even regulates hormones. You might feel full after a big meal of meat and eggs, but if that meal leaves your body inflamed and sluggish, your muscles won't rebuild properly. On the other hand, foods like lentils, beans, and quinoa give you the protein your muscles need without those downsides. They're rich in antioxidants, fiber, and minerals that actually protect your cells as they help you grow stronger. Lentils, for example, contain polyphenols, natural plant compounds that fight oxidative stress, one of the main causes of muscle degradation and cellular aging. So, while animal protein might give you a short-term energy boost, lentils help your body maintain long-term vitality. There's also a hidden advantage of fiber. Animal-based proteins contain none of it. Lentils are loaded with it. Fiber not only supports gut health, but also helps regulate your body's use of protein. It slows digestion, allowing amino acids to be released gradually into your bloodstream, fueling your muscles for hours rather than minutes. This steady release means your body gets exactly what it needs when it needs it to rebuild and repair efficiently. When your diet is dominated by meat and eggs, you also miss out on essential micronutrients that plant-based proteins naturally provide, like magnesium, potassium, and folate. These nutrients are crucial for energy, metabolism, muscle contraction, and heart health. They keep your system balanced so that the protein you eat is actually put to use. In his book, How Not to Die, Dr. Michael Greger points out that people who rely more on plant-based proteins have better cardiovascular health, lower inflammation markers, and stronger muscles as they age. The reason is simple. Plants nourish every system in the body, not just one. So the next time you plan your meals, think beyond the old chicken and eggs mindset. Ask yourself, is my food fueling my muscles or fighting them? Because balance is the secret. Mix lentils or beans into your day, reduce the heavy animal proteins, and watch how your body responds. You'll notice lighter digestion, steadier energy, and more endurance in your daily activities. It's not about giving up meat. It's about upgrading your nutrition so that every bite helps you live younger, longer, and stronger. Nature designed foods like lentils to support the whole body, not just the muscles. When you eat that way, you're not just preventing weakness. You're building a foundation of strength that can carry you through every decade with confidence and power. Here's something remarkable about your body. It never stops adapting. Even after 60, your muscles are still listening, waiting for a signal to grow stronger. But that signal doesn't come from food alone. It comes from movement. You can eat the best diet in the world, loaded with protein and nutrients, but if your muscles aren't being used, they have no reason to stay. The body is efficient. It keeps what's needed and lets go of what's not. That's why movement is essential to preventing muscle loss. It's the activation key that tells your body, these muscles matter. Keep them strong. And the good news is, you don't need to spend hours in the gym or lift heavy weights. Your body simply needs resistance, something to work against. It could be your own body weight, a light dumbbell, or even a grocery bag. The key is consistency, not intensity. Think about it this way: when you walk, climb stairs, or do light strength exercises, you're creating tiny tears in your muscle fibers. That might sound bad, but it's actually the best thing that can happen. Those micro tears are what stimulate your body to repair and rebuild muscle tissue, stronger and denser than before. And when you pair that activity with protein-rich foods like lentils, you give your body the raw materials it needs to complete the job. There's a beautiful rhythm to it. Eat, move, repair, repeat. That's how you keep your muscles alive. Many people over 60 think they're too old to start exercising, but the truth is that's exactly when movement becomes most powerful. Your body is still capable of growth. It just needs a little encouragement. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who combined resistance exercises with moderate increases in protein intake gained muscle and improved strength faster than those who only changed their diet. Movement amplifies nutrition. It's like flipping on the power switch for everything you eat. So here's a simple strategy after your next protein-rich meal. Say, bowl of lentil soup or a plate of beans and vegetables. Take a 15-minute walk. That small act helps move amino acids into your muscle cells more efficiently, jump-starting recovery and growth. You don't need to sprint or strain, just move with intention. Your muscles are like memory. They remember being used. Every time you challenge them, even a little, they respond. They don't care about your age, they care about your effort. So don't wait for motivation, build it through motion. Whether it's walking, gardening, dancing, or lifting light weights, every movement you make sends one message to your body: stay strong, stay alive. Because the truth is, strength isn't lost, it's neglected. The moment you start moving again, your body remembers exactly how to rebuild. Pair that movement with the right food, and you'll feel energy and confidence returning faster than you thought possible. Aging doesn't have to mean losing muscle. It can mean mastering the art of maintaining it naturally, powerfully, and gracefully. It's amazing how small changes can create enormous results, especially when it comes to aging and strength. Most people think that preventing muscle loss or staying active after 60 requires drastic measures, intense workouts, expensive supplements, or complicated diets. But in truth, the body responds best to simple consistency. Small, smart daily habits can completely change how your body feels, moves, and ages. Think of it like this: every meal, every step, every good night's sleep is a quiet investment in your future. You don't need perfection, you need patterns. When you add lentils or other plant-based proteins to your meals, you're making one of those small, meaningful choices. When you take a short walk after lunch, you're making another. Each habit might seem tiny on its own, but together, They compound into powerful results: stronger muscles, better balance, sharper focus, and steadier energy. The science behind this is simple. Muscle loss happens gradually, so the solution has to be daily too. It's the small things you repeat that teach your body to protect and preserve strength. Skipping one workout doesn't weaken you. Skipping them all does. Eating one bad meal doesn't hurt you. Neglecting nutrition day after day does. The key is consistency over intensity. Many people over 60 underestimate how quickly the body can adapt once they start making those changes. Within a few weeks of eating high-quality protein foods like lentils, staying hydrated, and moving regularly, most people report feeling lighter, stronger, and more stable. The body begins to rebuild itself almost immediately because it's designed to recover. It just needs the right inputs. Dr. Peter Attia, in his book Outlive, emphasizes this point beautifully. Longevity isn't about living longer, it's about living better for longer. The habits that protect your muscles are the same ones that protect your heart, brain, and bones. When you move your body, when you nourish it with plant proteins, when you keep your inflammation low, you're building a system that can sustain you, not just for years, but for decades. The beauty of small, consistent habits is that they fit naturally into your life. You don't have to overhaul your routine. You just tweak it. Replace one heavy meal a day with a lentil dish. 10 squats while waiting for your coffee to brew. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. These small actions don't feel dramatic, but they send a clear message to your body: I'm still growing. I'm still strong. I'm not done yet. So don't wait for a perfect moment to start. There isn't one. Begin now with one small decision, one nourishing meal, one short walk, one mindful breath. These tiny steps, repeated daily, create unstoppable momentum. Because preventing muscle loss isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters again and again until it becomes who you are. Your strength after 60 isn't decided by your age. It's decided by your habits. Every small, consistent choice tells your body to keep thriving. And that's the real secret: not radical change, but steady, intentional progress that keeps you strong, capable, and full of life. Imagine waking up every morning feeling steady on your feet, light in your body, and confident in your strength, not just physically, mentally too. That's what's possible when you bring everything we've talked about together into one simple daily routine. You don't need expensive supplements, strict diets, or grueling workouts. You just need rhythm. Habits that tell your body, day after day, we're staying strong. Start your morning with hydration, a glass of water with a squeeze of lemon or a pinch of sea salt. This simple act wakes up your metabolism and prepares your muscles to absorb nutrients. Then fuel yourself with a protein-rich breakfast, maybe a lentil and vegetable scramble, or a warm lentil soup with a slice of whole grain toast. You're not just eating, you're sending the first signal of the day: repair and rebuild. After eating, move. A gentle 10 to 15-minute walk, a few stretches, or even light resistance exercises can make all the difference. This small window of movement after a meal helps shuttle amino acids from your bloodstream into your muscles, turning your food into fuel for growth. Think of it as activating the construction team inside your body. Your muscles can't rebuild if you never give them the green light. At lunch, keep it simple and balanced. Half your plate vegetables, a good portion of lentils, beans or quinoa, and healthy fats like olive oil or avocado. Remember, your goal isn't just to eat protein, it's to nourish your whole system. Each nutrient plays a role in keeping your body young: magnesium for muscle contraction, potassium for balance, fiber for gut health. Together, they create an environment where strength can thrive. In the evening, unwind your mind and body. Maybe take another short walk or spend a few minutes doing deep breathing or light stretching. These habits lower stress hormones that otherwise break down muscle tissue over time. And before bed, have a small protein-rich snack, a handful of nuts, or a cup of lentil stew to help your body repair overnight. You're giving your muscles the tools to rebuild while you rest. This is how you prevent muscle loss, not through extremes, but through daily consistency. You eat to nourish, move to strengthen, and rest to restore. That's the cycle of vitality, the rhythm of youth that never really leaves you. It just waits for you to reactivate it. In his book, Younger Next Year, Chris Crowley writes that the body will stay as young as you keep signaling it to be. Every action you take, what you eat, how you move, how you rest, tells your body what to prioritize. If you feed it junk and keep it still, it decays. If you feed it well and move it daily, it regenerates. It's that simple and that powerful. So let your daily routine be your medicine. A bowl of lentils, a brisk walk, a deep breath. These aren't small acts. They're your way of saying, I'm still here, still strong, still building. Because strength after 60 isn't luck, it's lifestyle. And when you choose to live this way, you don't just prevent muscle loss, you rediscover the energy, clarity, and confidence that make life worth living at any age.